channel. This is me, Neta Batata, and today we're going to make Jjajangmyeon. This is actually a Chinese dish, Jjajangmyeon. I think in Chinese, Jjajangmyeon. It's basically same dish. It's noodles with black sauce and some vegetables. And today we're going to make it. So before we will start even talk about anything, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell so you will not miss any of my future videos. Okay? So let's start. I'm going to show you how to make Jjajangmyeon without using Chunjang. I'm going to show you how to make the black sauce from scratch, and it's not that difficult. It's actually super easy. So yeah, we can start with making the food. We first have to make caramel, but we want it to be a little bit bitter. If you see it's getting smoky, don't worry, we want it to be smoky a little bit. And in this point you can add water. Turn off the heat. Let it cool down, and now we're moving on to the next step. In a small bowl, add 1/8 cup of water, half tablespoon of all-purpose flour, and a pinch of salt. Add to this half teaspoon of soy sauce, half teaspoon of molasses, and 1 tablespoon of dark miso. This is what I'm using. It's a dark miso. Don't use the light one. After our caramel cooled down a little bit, we're going to add it to our mixture. We're going to add all the mixture to a small non-stick pan and mix it on a low heat until it gets thickened. Done. So this is our paste, and it's basically done, but as you can see, it's not black. You can still use it as it is, but if you want it black, you need to add food coloring. It's best to use caramel food coloring, but if you cannot get it, just use black food coloring together with brown. So use the extra black and chestnut brown. Use a little bit more from this, maybe 2 drops, and 1 drop from this one. Oops, that was a little bit too much, but it's about 2 drops, so it's fine. And a little bit brown. So this is our paste, and it looks exactly like the black bean paste you can buy in Korea and China. About the flavor, it's a little bit more salty and less bitter. By the way, you can totally duplicate the amount of ingredients that I've been using for this paste and make it like in bigger amount and save it in your fridge and use it like whenever you want. Now we have the paste, so we can move on to the vegetables and to assemble everything together. We'll start with soaking shiitake mushrooms and soy chunks. The soy chunks are optional. Soak the mushrooms in half cup of water. It's important not to use too much water when you soak the shiitake mushrooms because we want those water, and if we will use too much, the flavor will not be strong enough. Now I'm going to set it aside for about 1 hour. So those are the vegetables that I'm going to use. This is for garnish, a little piece of cucumber. You don't have to use all of those vegetables. In Korea, they usually only use onion and cucumber. I want to give it more flavor, so let's start to chop it all. So when the shiitake mushrooms are soft, you should squeeze the water out, and you need to keep the water later for the cooking. When the soy chunks are soft enough, squeeze out as much water as you can from the soy, and you don't need those water, so just throw it away. So those are our vegetables, and now we're going to cook it. Ooh, smells very oniony. The last thing that I didn't talk about yet, it's the noodles. You can use whatever kind of noodles you like. It just should be a little thick because it's a heavy sauce and you need something to hold it. I'm going to use udon noodles. And well, it's basically thick noodles and it's vegan. You can go ahead and use pasta or egg noodles if you don't have a problem with eggs. If you prefer not to eat noodles, you can make rice and eat Jjajangmyeon, which is the same dish just using rice. Okay, so now we are finally going to make the food. You need a big pan, heavy, and here we're going to make the sauce, and you're going to use a pot for the noodles. Add about 3 tablespoons of cooking oil to the pan, and to this add garlic and green onion and stir fry for 30 seconds until it's fragrant. Add the soy chunks, carrot and shiitake mushrooms and stir fry for another 30 seconds. Now add the other mushrooms, stir fry it for 1 minute. And lastly, add the onion and stir fry it all together for 2 minutes. Now it's time to add our homemade black paste. Stir fry it for 30 seconds. And add the shiitake mushrooms water. Mix well so you'll not have any paste lumps. And now add another 1/4 cup of water. Don't forget to boil water for the noodles. At this point, you can add your noodles. at this point it's done. You can see it's got a little thickened, and actually it's all vegetables, so you don't need to make sure that everything is cooked because it's vegetables and you don't want them to be too soft. So now we're going to add starch mixture. The noodles are done. You need to strain and rinse into oil. As you can see, I made just a small amount of noodles. That's because I'm going to eat alone, but the sauce is good for 2 people. Back to the sauce, you need to turn on the stove again and just to heat it up so it will be hot to eat. Okay, so my jjajangmyeon is ready, and look how beautiful it is. It smells amazing and it looks so delicious. So it's time to mix it up and to taste it and let you know if it's good or not. That was weird. So delicious. By the way, in Korea they eat it together with pickled radish. Ta-da! It's sweet and sour, so it's got the greasiness of the dish. I always get very messy when I eat this. So thank you guys so much for watching another recipe video of mine. I really hope you enjoy it, and I hope you will try it at home and tell me if you like it. So please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, like this video, share it with your friends, leave a comment down below, and I will see you next time. Bye!